Mauritius. This brochure-perfect island idyll is justly famous for its dazzling sapphire seas and luxurious beach resorts, where the watery fun includes coral reef dives, kitesurfing, sea kayaking and lagoon cruises. During the colonial days, Mauritius was known as the star and key of the Indian Ocean for its strategic position. These days there's much afoot in the deep blue sky, with the government establishing the island as a hub for flights to mainland Africa. New connections to Mauritius include Air Mauritius and KLM's service from Amsterdam. Past glories are also getting a spotlight in 2018, when the island celebrates 50 years of independence.
Stunning beaches, diverse culture and rich cuisine, much is made of this nation's sedate attractions. And for good reason, they are worth a trip in their own right. But this mountainous island, which bursts dramatically from the Indian Ocean, is also fecund with some exciting activities. Here are some to enjoy. Climbing the Morne Brabant, the ultimate high. Standing on the sublime beaches of the Morne Peninsula in Mauritius' far southwest, looking out over the peaceful azure waters to waves crashing on the reef beyond, you'll be hard-pressed to imagine anything more beautiful. Yet, after a couple of hours of hiking up the hulking mass of the Morne Brabant mountain, which towers dramatically over the peninsula, you won't have to imagine any longer. The views from its slopes are truly astounding. The trail, which snakes up the backside of the massive monolith, starts with gentle paths through grasslands and indigenous forest before getting into some steep sections on rocky slopes. Occasional ropes and advice from the guides help ease your progression up and down the ladder. If you have limited mobility, you can still take in some incredible views from the halfway point. The first vistas available while climbing are actually behind you. Turn around and you'll get some amazing views north up the island's west coast. Further on you start to catch glimpses of the gorgeous lagoon on the south side of the peninsula. The high point of the hike is at 500 meters elevation, where you'll look down over vast stretches of coastline, and see the kaleidoscopic collision of blue hues between the encircling reef and beaches. Here, you'll also find a large cross, which is dedicated to a group of escaped slaves who, according to legend, threw themselves to their death from the mountain in the early 19th century when fearing recapture. According to the story, the troop of soldiers coming up the mountain to reach them were simply there to tell them that slavery had been abolished and that freedom was theirs. The mountain thus got its name, which means mournful one. Le Morne Brabant is deeply significant to island culture, and the history of it was the reason for it becoming a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2008. Electric cycles, mountain biking with a boost. The hushed, hilly hamlet of Chamarel in southwest Mauritius has long been known on the island for its chilled vibe, superlative rum and exceptional food scene, but it's now also becoming known for a novel new adventure, electric mountain biking. A local company has imported a couple of dozen of the battery-boosted bikes, and offer a rewarding tour in and around the area. Far from giving you a free ride, however, the power system is designed to just give you a little help when you need it. Some pedaling is still required. The idea is that the electric mountain bikes are a great leveler, allowing people of all fitness levels to cycle together. The fit can try to tackle the steep hills without calling on the battery, though be warned, thanks to the battery pack and motor, the bicycles weigh in at 23 kilograms. After some Mauritian coffee, the tour first takes the Chamarel estate where you may spot Java deer. You will also visit the rum distillery. From there it's to one of the island's most beautiful sights, the Chamarel waterfall, an incredible single-drop waterfall that plunges almost 100 meters into a beautiful ravine. Next is the Terres des Sept Couleurs, the seven-colored earths, a unique rusting landscape of heaving hills surrounded by lush forests and a group of Aldabra tortoises. For lunch you'll cycle down to the coast to enjoy a meal in the fishing village of Bailly du Cap. From there the route follows some sandy tracks through historical sites and past some of the stunning plantation houses from years gone by. Before finishing at Bel-Amber Sugar Estate, the tour takes in the 19th century colonial mansion of Chateau Bel-Amber. Seek hardy, effortless aquatic adrenaline. In Grande Rivière Noire it's now possible to rent a sea car to tour Mauritius' mesmerizing west coast from the top of the Indian Ocean. What exactly is a sea cart? Part jet ski, part rigid inflatable boat, it is a pint-sized two-person 100-horsepower jet boat that quickly induces grins, giggles and bursts of laughter with each successive pull of the flappy paddle throttle on the steering wheel. When not blasting across the waves, look east to the staggering summit of Le Rampart, one of the island's most dramatic peaks. Helicopter tour, the big picture. If you'd like to reach the heights of Mauritius without strapping on your hiking boots, take to the skies on a short helicopter tour. Pilots cruise low over the fringes of the island's reef, allowing you to look straight down through the clear waters to coral formations, before gaining altitude and soaring into the mountains. One of the most inspiring sights is coming face to face with the summit of Peterboth Mountain. It's topped by a massive balanced rock that resembles a human head. Kitesurfing, the perfect playground. Expert kite surfers the world over are well aware that the big surf and steady winds off the reef at the Morne Peninsula make it one of the best spots on the planet to enjoy their sport. However, the sheltered shallow lagoon south of the peninsula is also arguably the best place for beginners to learn. And as experts abound, there is no shortage of top-notch instructors.